we will move on to our deep dive of Alabama and Missouri. So number 8, Alabama, they roll into Columbia, Missouri to play the number 14 Missouri Tigers, and one of the best defenses in the nation with Missouri. They do what needed to be done to escape with the win, 27-24. It didn't look that close at some points of the game, but they were able to get that done anyway. They trailed after Mizzou scored on their first drive with a touchdown, and then Alabama took the lead and didn't look back after that. This game had a lot going on. This game featured another big boy play from Caden Proctor. This time he took a direct snap, and he almost rushed it in for a touchdown. This game included also a lot of fourth down conversions from Alabama's side. They had 2 crucial fourth down conversions in the fourth quarter on the same drive. They went 3 for 3 on fourth down all game, which seems to be a reoccurring thing that they're able to do, just like keep moving the chains. They're able to do that against Georgia. They've been able to do that against Vanderbilt. They've been able to do that here against Missouri. One of those fourth down conversions on one of their last drives was a pass to Brooks for 29 yards on fourth down, and one was the pass to Daniel Hill for a touchdown. So I want to highlight Ty Simpson, man. He had 200 yards and 3 touchdowns yesterday against a defense that, we've been praising all week for being top 5 in multiple categories. Aaron, what is Ty Simpson made of? What makes him so special, and what makes him so clutch in these situations?
Sure. So, week in, week out, I see that, aside from the Florida State game, you really cannot take this guy's confidence away. We are starting to see, more teams get pressure on Ty Simpson, see him get touched a little bit more. He got sacked 4 times this game. But although he had those 4 sacks, I still have yet to see him make an absolutely terrible pass that can result into, just an outright pick, right? Like he's so consistent, and I'm gonna say it again, like I said, the prior 2 weeks, he's a field manager. You're not going to lose the game because of what's going on in his hands. I think there was a play, like you said, there was a third or fourth down conversion where he threw a dot to either Jeremy Bernard or Horton. It was like a post corner route, right?
Was it a touchdown? I think it was to Horton. Or no?
It was. I think it was just a long conversion that got them in the red zone.
Gotcha.
But he had been basically roughed up all game. The game was close. Just plays like that show that he's truly a guy that's not worried about what happened a series ago or a play ago. He's worried about executing right now, and I think that's what makes him so clutch. He wants to execute and be perfect every play, and that's why their third down conversion rates are so high, and that's why even when they go for it on fourth down, they're efficient. It's because of him keeping his composure in every play.
Yeah. So, last episode, I thought Missouri was going to win, which they almost did, but whatever. One of the keys of the game that I mentioned for Missouri to be able to win this game was to be able to control the clock, time of possession, and keep Alabama's explosive offense off of the field. Keep using Ahmed Hardy, run that clock down. I said that, and I'm pretty sure Kalen DeBoer, watches this show because he took that exact advice, and that's exactly what he did to Missouri. They held the ball for 38 minutes compared to Missouri's 21. Alabama had a drive to end the third quarter that ended with a field goal, but it took 9 minutes off the clock. That's crazy. So that's, kind of on the offensive side of what Alabama was able to do so well this game and get the win. Aaron, what did Alabama do well on defense? What were they able to do on that side of the ball to help the offense win the game?
Sure. So aside from, staying off the field, they performed well against, Missouri star running back Ahmad Hardy. They held the nation's leading rusher to just 52 yards on 12 carries. While Missouri's total rushing yards were still higher than Alabama's overall, neutralizing their top threat and keeping the Tigers, well under their season average was a key to their defensive win. They made Bo Perbilla, rush it himself and try to win the yards through the air, which eventually, caused 2 touchdowns, but it also led to 2 interceptions. One question I have for you. So I know you picked Missouri to win this game. They only lost by 3. And, they were driving on that last play to maybe win or send the game in overtime. What did Missouri do to stay in the game so late?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about their defense. I think the defense came to play, honestly. They fell a little short, obviously, struggled against the passing game at times, but they were able to get 4 sacks, which I going back to the Florida State game, maybe that happened, but we haven't seen that happen too much. They were able to get 4 sacks on Ty Simpson, made him operate under duress for large parts of the game. But again, back to his credit, and as you mentioned, he didn't care about the last play. He only cared about the one that they were in right then. Their run defense was solid. Now we know Alabama's running game hasn't been too great this year. Jam Miller obviously has added some depth and some energy there, but they kept Alabama's rushing attack to only 2.9 yards a carry, and they were able to get a strip sack on Ty Simpson and force a punt in the second half to keep the Tigers in the game. But ultimately, letting Alabama go 6 for 15 on third down and 3 for 3 on fourth is that's just gonna kill you every time. So yeah, that was kind of the tail of the tape there. Looking forward to both of these teams. Alabama, now they're tied for first in the SEC with Ole Miss and Texas A&M. Third Saturday in October is coming up next weekend, so get your cigars ready. Joey Aguilar and Josh Heupler is coming down to Tuscaloosa. That's going to be a great night game next week. Very excited for that one.